UFC 303 Las Vegas, Nevada, and that's Michelle Waterson Gomez, one of the pioneers in the women's sport. We all remember the karate dancing with Paige Van Zant on stage at the weigh-in. And by the way, Paige would get her first combat sports win in many years tonight in the extreme slap fighting competition. And for the tennis fans that are listening, you all know I say it time and time again. Alicia Parks, her backhand is so strong, she would win the extreme slap fighting contest. That's a joke, guys. But Michelle Waterson, 18-12, a strawweight legend, the karate hottie. She's been in there with the best. Carolina Kowalkiewicz, JJ, Tisha Torres, Rose. But tonight, guys, trying to get a victory. She has not won a match in 4 years. The last match she won, I thought, was a robbery for Angela Roadkill Hill. Waterson's lost 6 of her last 7 fights, 6 straight, taking on from Canada, the Savage, Gillian Robertson, guys, who's 9-6 in the UFC. She's won 4 of her last 5 fights. And if you follow the channel, I'm big on Robertson. Why? Because I think she's got the best ground game in the division, arguably. But listen, guys, the knock has been Robertson's stand-up, right? Her stand-up's weak. I've said it in the past. In the past, she's gone straight down to the mat, wanting opponents to engage her there, avoiding, shelling up on the feet. And Michelle came out fast, throwing the jab, the right cross. But Robertson, she looks strong, and she's been working on her stand-up. I could tell now that her stand-up is the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. If she continues to progress, I think she will be strawweight champion one day. And after engaging Waterson for 2 minutes on the feet, she would get this fight to the mat, and from there it was all downhill, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Just the difference in levels on the mat was very apparent. Waterson could not do nothing from the bottom. And Robertson likes to mount, right? Because she goes for the arm bar. Michelle had a couple opportunities to reverse, but it looked like Robertson was too strong, and she would just pound down with elbows. She would land 80% of her blows, and nearly 80% would be significant strikes. 9 for 9 to the body, 2 for 6 on takedowns, and in a 15-minute fight, ladies and gentlemen, Gillian Robertson would dominate the mat. Over 12 minutes of ground control. This was a brutal beating. 30-27, 30-27, 30-26 on all the scorecards. Michelle Waterson calls it a career, guys. A beautiful career at that. I have nothing but great words to say about this classy professional, the karate hottie, and let's hear a few words from herself.
All you fans continue to push me. Fighting runs through my veins. It's made me who I am. And
Michelle, you had an amazing career. It was a pleasure watching you for so many years. And look, weren't too many ladies wearing the cornrow braids before her. She made it popular. She would even bring her daughter in the ring or octagon, and they would rock the same hairstyle. So it was beautiful to see. A sad night that she would go out this way. I mean, I think Dana White, come on, guys, you could have gave her a send-off fight. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure the details, if this is a fight, the matchmakers presented to her, or if this was a fight that she stepped in. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think she did step up to take this fight. But she's a competitor, and what can you say? Robertson did have beautiful words to say about Waterson in the post-match interview. She would say, look, she knew as the fight went on, Michelle Waterson would get tougher and tougher. However, guys, the damage would pile up as, again, Robertson would land 80% of her overall strikes, nearly 75% of her significant strikes, controlling this fight on the mat for over 12 minutes in a 15-round fight. This was brutal. Michelle Waterson takes her last walk as she retires and hangs up the gloves. Now she says she wants to dedicate her life to her husband and her child that have been there for her for so long. Michelle Waterson retires. UFC 303. MVP's up next, guys. That's going to be a good fight. Tennis in a minute. All the tennis fans, stay tuned. We're going to cover Wimbledon, the entire draw. That's coming up next. We'll be back.